What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at 10 ways to know if you're a 6 scale collector. Yes, that's right. Today we're going to be looking at 10 ways, 10 things that you can look at in your own life to see if you truly are a 6 scale or Hot Toys collector. But before we get into those, I want to say thank you for everyone that has helped push us so close to our goal of 2,021 subscribers. We are just about there. I told you at the beginning of the year that was my goal, and we are just shy of 200 left to go. We're sitting right around 1,850, so if you've not done so already, please go ahead and give me a presumptive like. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you've not done so already, and I certainly would appreciate it. But now, let's get into this today. Very interesting, very fun topic. I actually saw it on a Facebook page, and it said, you know you're a Hot Toys collector when, and it listed 10 specific things, and I went through that list and I said,
that's me. Me also.
And I said this could be a fun little video for us to do to ask, hey, am I really a hardcore 6 scale Hot Toys collector? So let's get into this right off the bat. The number one thing, or I guess it technically would be number 10 because we're going to work our way backwards. Number 10 is if you are familiar or have ever Googled Hong Kong dollars to US dollars. Now what that means is that, as you know, all these figures are created in Hong Kong. So when they go up for sale at Secret Base or when they go for available from your local resellers, all those are in Hong Kong dollars. Now, if you're like me, I'm not really smart, especially when it comes to math. So I'm not good at knowing what the conversion rate is. So if you've ever Googled what Hong Kong dollars to US dollars are, you might be a Hot Toy collector. Thankfully, some of the places that I often frequent, such as Pop Collectibles, already go ahead and add that to the website. So if you're numerically challenged like me, it'll show right on the screen exactly what the actual cost is in US dollars. So number 10, if you've ever Googled Hong Kong dollars to US dollars, you might be a Hot Toys collector. Number 9, being called a poser is actually a compliment. Yes, because these are action figures and because they are highly sculpted likenesses of some of our favorite villains and heroes, sometimes you want to pose these things. You want to put them in dynamic flight positions. You want to make them able to recreate the scene. And so yes, you pose your action figures. Those that are really good at it are often called posers in this community. So no, it's not a negative thing to be called a poser in the Hot Toys 6 scale community. It's actually a compliment. So if you have ever been called a poser, you might be a Hot Toys collector. Number 7 on our list of whether or not you may or may not be a Hot Toys or 6 scale collector, if the term crotch grabber isn't necessarily a bad term. Yes, some of the bane of our existences are these crotch grabbers, but depending on how tricky your character is to pose, these things may be the lifeblood that keeps your figure from falling over and toppling to its doom. So just because someone says the word crotch grabber in the 6 scale community doesn't mean it's a bad thing. In fact, it may mean that you truly are a 6 scale collector. Number 6 is if you check buy, sell, trade threads before you go to bed. And on the other side of that, number 5 is if you check buy, sell, trade threads when you wake up. Now, if you're guilty like me, there is nothing that helps put your mind at ease than scrolling through your local Facebook buy, sell, trade, or on Reddit, or wherever it may be, to see if there's a good deal that may be out there for you to capture that elusive figure you've always wanted to run down. And there is nothing that starts your day better than scrolling through the BST to see if finally the figure you have been searching for is available at a deal. So make sure to PM me for a price. And number 5 on our list to see if you truly are a 6 scale Hot Toys collector is whether or not you have multiple tracking apps. Now this is a hobby for the most part that you're not going to be able to run to the store and get the fix that you need. Most likely you're going to have to order these from somewhere and have it shipped to you. Depending on where you get it from, you may have multiple tracking apps like I do. Whether it's eBay, whether it's UPS, FedEx, it doesn't matter. We are always tracking our progress to see whether or not our item is shipped and where it actually is is en route. If you're like me, you constantly scroll down, refresh to see if by some miracle, within the last 5 minutes, that tracking information is updated and it is just around the corner and headed to a collection room near you. Now, number 4 is one that really grinds my gears, and that is when you get angry that when the doorbell rings, it is only Amazon. Now, for the most part, you're not going to be able to use Amazon to get your 6 scale or Hot Toys figures. Now, there are some exceptions out there. There may be some deals. There may be some local comic shops that are trying to sell them. But for the most part, they're going to be coming FedEx, USPS, UPS, whatever your carrier of choice is. Now, Amazon is not going to be the one delivering it to you. And there is nothing worse than when you hear that doorbell ring, you open it up, and it's something for the missus and not for you. Number 3 on our list is when we refer to figures in our collection as he or she, him or her, rather than it, because these are little scaled down versions of our favorite heroes. We refer to Anakin as he is my favorite figure. We refer to Harley as she is one of the hardest ones to get on the secondary market, because these are not just things to us, they're family.
I got family. Family just got bigger. There's always room for family.
And number 2 can be one that is very, very valuable to you, and I highly recommend it if you're not doing so already. That is if you have an Excel spreadsheet or some type of form that tracks your purchases, your pre-orders, the value of your collection, what pieces you actually have still, which ones you've moved out. You might be a 6 scale Hot Toy collector. Now, this is something I've talked about before, and I highly recommend you do so. When you start collecting, it is good to know exactly what's in your collection. So maybe a small Excel sheet, a Google sheet perhaps, that lists what you got, how much you bought it for, what the secondary market is on it, and when you got it could actually go really, really far. One other thing you could also do is that if you have a bunch of pre-orders, and I've said this before, lay them out. See where their estimated time of arrival or where they're supposed to ship actually is. That way you can take a snapshot and see exactly what is coming when. So that when you do finally get the ultimate email that says your item is processing soon, you will not be caught by surprise, because you will say, hey, my spreadsheet told me that these were on the way. I'm not caught by surprise. So if you have an Excel spreadsheet or any type of trackable form, you might be a 6 scale Hot Toys collector. And finally, last but not least, the number 1 way to know that you are a Hot Toys 6 scale collector is if you are subscribed to this channel. Yes, I know it's a little bit of a plug, but as I told you that we are on a quest for 2021 subscribers, and we're so close to getting there. But if you are subscribed to this channel, or if you do watch this channel, most likely you are a 6 scale collector. So if you've not done so already and you consider yourself a collector, then go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and turn on your notifications. Give me that like. Leave me a comment down below to let me know which one of these 10 things that you relate to the most. If there's anything I missed, let me know down below. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, if you are the person that posted that on the Facebook page of the "you know you're a Hot Toys collector when," if you posted that meme, thank you for that. Let me know that that was you, because I want to make sure to give you the credit in our next video. So until then, if you have not checked out my Instagram, I have all kinds of different toy photos of different pieces in my collection. Make sure to check it out, give it a follow, give it a like. I would certainly appreciate that. Make sure to check out me and my good buddy Dave on the Toy Aisle podcast every other Tuesday on all your streaming platforms. And of course, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in our next video.